Welcome back to Let's Play Higurashi Onikakushi. We're following that same pattern again, aren't we? Each recording starts with starting up the novel. We're gonna start this part off right away with the whole Japanese thing, because it's kind of related here. I've been trying to work out the, the titles for these, like Onikakushi. I've been wondering what the hell it actually means. And I figured out Onikakushi a while back. I think I'd even figured it out, before I'd recorded the previous recording session, but I think I forgot to mention it. But Oni is essentially an ogre in Japanese mythology, but it can also mean demon. And Kakushi means hidden. I found this out through Google Translate, of all things. It's like a direct translation, so it'd be like demon hidden, but it's actually would have to have it reversed because of the way the Japanese language works in its structure. So it actually translates more directly to hidden demons, I'd imagine. Hidden demons rather than demon hidden, because that is that's a literal translation without moving the sentence around so that it actually makes sense. Where is it? I've got it up here somewhere in my dictionary. No, that's a different one, actually. Have I even got that up here? Oh, yeah, I do. It's where is it? Hide, I think, yeah. In my dictionary, it's got it as kakus, or kakusu, which means to hide something. And I'd typed into Google Translate Kakushi, and it's pretty much uses the exact same kanji character that it's got right here in the dictionary for hide something, but it's got as kakusu, so I imagine it all just comes down to which character is used. So kakushi works as well for hidden. It's weird. Another example for that is we'll have this as the maybe as the Japanese word for the day, kasan, which means volcano. And the interesting thing about this is the only kanji character that I've actually memorized, because it stands out so much and is very easy to recognize, is the kanji character for mountain, which volcano has here, yasan, but mountain in Japanese is yama. So I've always associated that character as being that, essentially, but no. It means mountain, but it can have a different pronunciation. It's in volcano, but volcano doesn't have yama in there, but it does have mountain in it, because volcano is technically a mountain. It may be like an explosive type of mountain, but a mountain nonetheless. So I can see why it uses that kanji character, but that's why it's so damn confusing. It's just no, it's used the same kanji character, but it's pronounced differently. Bloody confusing. There's another one. I was trying to figure out Watanagashi as well, for the festival, and I'd just Googled it essentially, instead of going through the dictionary or Google Translate, because I already tried and couldn't figure it out. And apparently it translates to drifting cotton. So the festival is called the Drifting Cotton Festival, which makes a lot of sense, because that's exactly what it is. But when I try to actually, translate it, all I can think is wata apparently means cotton, so that makes sense. But nagashi comes up as kitchen sink in a direct, literal translation here. But I notice right underneath it in the dictionary, nakazu. And again with that, it's the exact same thing again, where it's it's got su on the end instead of she. But this translation makes more sense, and I think, yeah, it's to run water, to wash away, stuff like that. That kind of makes more sense in the context. But they use the exact same character, so I don't understand that. Use the same kanji character, except kitchen sink is she, and the other one is su. I'm trying to work out the context here. It's one thing to know what a word or sentence means, But, you know, it's another thing to actually understand quite how it works, so that kind of bugs me. It's like, I've originally thought that maybe it's Watanagashi, like the na connects the two words together or something. Maybe that is it, but I don't know. Because I don't think my dictionary has gashi in here. You know, odd thing, I just like pointing out the volcano one, right? Like in the English section where it shows like the words in English and then has the words in Japanese next to it, it doesn't even have volcano there. You have to literally go through the ka section with the hiragana and katakana to find that one. There's like a lot of words like that. Oh, also I found dam as well a while back in here. It's in that section as well. It is pretty much just damu. It's not really all that different from how it is in English. Just two Japanese syllables to pronounce it that way, so it's like, instead of dam, it's damu. Probably can be just pronounced as dam as well, I'd imagine. What was I looking for again? Looking for something in the car section, right? Oh yeah, gashi, I remember now. Gashi. At 6 minutes here, this is ridiculous. Come on, find it. Yeah, as I thought. It doesn't have gashi in here. It has kashi, which apparently means snacks. And it's got gaji, which means fire. And then gaji again, which can mean housework, depending how it's written. How bloody confusing, man. Anyway, let's get on to it. Seriously, man. Wait, what was that? Extra? Oh, I see. There will be something else unlocked once we complete it. And that something, when we get to it, is the inspiration for the After LP talks that I do, as I mentioned in the past. Anyway, we got a shit ton of tips to go over. By that I mean 4. Well, are they all gonna be one of those articles? I mean, look at that. Hojo's couples falling instance. I mean, if you've been paying attention, that's Satoko's last name. So it's like, what the hell? The terminal illness death of the Shinto priest Furude. And I don't think it's been mentioned yet, but, you know, that is technically Rika's last name, Furude. So he's just like, huh? What's all this? Housewife murder, these are essentially all the incidents, radiologues that Togatake and that woman told us about in the previous part. Oyoshiro-sama's curse! Actually, god damn, we're never gonna get to it at this rate. Oyoshiro. I know Shiro means white. But is that really what the whole thing is here? It's like you can never tell, man. It all comes down to how it's written in freaking kanji, it seems. It's like you could be right and then you could be wrong, because you'd be like, oh wait, no, it's written out differently in kanji. It has a different meaning. It's just pronounced that way. It's like so confusing. I don't even know anything really about kanji characters for the most part. My course that I've been doing at the college doesn't cover that. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I don't think that's a direct translation there. Oya means parent. White parent? No. That would not make sense. I don't know what Oyashiro means. I know Shiro means white, but Oya, all I'm getting here is parent. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Let's look at some tips. Get some backstory. It's just like I told you, man, after the festival ends, that's when shit gets real serious. Look at that, right there. Like, look at those characters, man. That's kanji, 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 kanji. Kana, 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 kanji, 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 kanji. Written all the way down like that, which makes it more confusing. But I've also noticed with katakana now, I kind of understand it. It's very obvious when katakana is used in place of hiragana and kanji. It's when it's like I've said before, it's used for non-Japanese words, and it makes a lot of sense. They're very obvious. It's like I just mentioned dam is damu, so that'd be written out in katakana. There would be no kanji equivalent of it. But I imagine there must be a Japanese equivalent word for it as well, so it could be written as kanji, but it wouldn't be pronounced that way if it wasn't written as katakana. What does it say anyway then? Oh, fuck. I've seen those characters before, but I keep forgetting the goddamn. Where is it? What's the other one? Yeah, I think that's one with R in it. Which one is it? Bara bara. Bara 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 bara. Okay. Where are you? What does that mean? It's like I said, it's like, oh yeah, some like katakana makes it very obvious what the word is in English. But bara bara, I'm not sure about that. Oh, there it is. Scattered. Bara bara. I think that's it anyway. That's written out in hiragana though. Oh wait. No. There's one underneath it that's baransu, which is balance. Oh wait, no, actually, baransu. Yeah, again, if it's written out in katakana, it's very obvious. But that one, I don't understand. What the hell is bara. It doesn't really stand out like an English word to me. Maybe they're not all English words, it just says like, you know, non-Japanese words. But anyways, from the June 1980 edition. Did I also mention this is where the dark point in the plot becomes more noticeable? Because it's just like, I mean, this ominous music, these articles. It's just like, this is when shit gets real serious on the afternoon of blah at 2 p.m. of his employee blah and his wife blah of Hinamizawa village in Shishibone Prefecture. Disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa Prefecture. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of Blah at around 7 p.m. that evening. His wife Blah is yet to be found. The search has run into difficulties due to the effects of Typhoon 3 from the previous day. It appeared a railing at the observatory that the Blahs leaned on had broken, causing him to fall. It's weird, it's just like, well, it makes sense that they're like not showing the names because we haven't learnt about any of this in the actual plot itself, so we don't know any names or details, so we're just like, it's the equivalent of reading this newspaper article that's obviously from, but like crossing out like important details. I mean, it's going over a lot of it, but at the same time it's like, no, you don't get all the details yet. But just like saying there's blah. Just kind of like, I don't know. The groundskeeping staff was questioned by the police in regards to investigated radiation, and if park maintenance was performed properly. That was brief, wasn't it? Well, compared to especially my rambling about the Japanese language again. But yeah, these are like brief little newspaper articles, really, aren't they? They're interesting because they give us some backstory. The terminal illness stuff of Shinto Priest Rudy. We're gonna get to see mystical music. Yep. From the June 1981 edition. Oh yeah, this is in chronological order now, isn't it? And there we go again, Bara Bara. I recognize these. I'm starting to recognize some of these kanji characters. They look more and more familiar to me, but again, I don't know what they mean. It's like they could be pronounced in various ways depending on what it is. I see you hiragana characters there. I'm not gonna try to even translate that. Most of it's in kanji and it's all blurry anyway. But I recognize them. I think this one, I've seen as a kanji character for a tree, I think. But again, it all comes down to the context. But yeah. Anyways. On the afternoon of Blah, around 10 p.m. in the Blah district of Hinamizawa village in Shinsabone, Prefecture, the Shinto priest of the Furude shrine passed away from the existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. When, whatever. Bodies close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. Also, after Blah's death, his wife Blah went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. Well, doesn't that seem a bit suspicious? The police and local youth association continue to search, however, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that the Onikakushi marsh is said to be bottomless, they have run into difficulties. Didn't they say, like, Onikakushi is like ogre's abyss? Like I said in this part, Oni can mean demon, but it can also be an ogre. So it makes sense to be ogre's abyss, so I imagine Gafuchi means abyss. I'm not even going to bother looking at the dictionary for it, because that's kind of like dragging this part out, isn't it? Okay, I will anyway. Gafuchi! Are you in here? Gafuchi. I don't remember where Fu is in the alphabet, so I don't know if I'm going to... Wait, what is that? Wait, is that? Yeah, Kabu. Cover. Okay, some of them aren't quite as obvious, because the pronunciation would be quite different, but some of them are very obvious when it comes to katakana. Oh, there he is. What am I looking for again? Gafuchi. Yeah, it's not in here. Let's have a look on the English side then. Have you got the abyss in here? Abyss, anyone? Abyss? Well, this one actually fits. Accident. G-core. I suppose it might also depend on context how that one's used as well, though, I'd imagine. Different kanji characters, different pronunciations. Man, what a pain in the ass. Where the hell is Abyss? Is it not in here? What page is that? Yep, it's not in here. But Gafuchi must mean abyss. Probably. That's right, Mitter. I wonder if it's gonna be 1982, guys. What? It wasn't even reported in the newspaper. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. We got a different newspaper here, haven't we? I know that is ha, but considering there's something above it, it's probably pronounced as wa, which is weird. That's de. These are kanji, that's no, that's ru. Oh wait, no, it's the same bloody newspaper, I can see it right there. It's that bara bara again thing. Seriously, that's... Okay, that bugs me. I gotta look I'm gonna type in Google Translate, see what it translates it as. Well, it means fall apart? Maybe that makes sense. Bara bara. Doesn't sound like it would in English, but it's written as kinda. Oh wait, there's another thing actually. This right here. Oh, you can't see it because of the window thing. But Onikakushi coming soon will be released on April 28th. That's the first of the answer arcs. I can't remember the order though. I think Onikakushi might actually be the answer arc to Watanagashi, which is the second question arc. I'm not entirely sure, because it's been years. But they're obviously re-releasing them with, you know, this art style right here. Like, updated. So they're, like, going back with the releases there. So, it's, like, by the time I get through these 4 question arcs, I imagine at least 3 of the 4 answer arcs would probably be released by then. And it's obvious Onikakushi is gonna be, like, released probably before I even get through this one. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. I thought that I was gonna, like, go into detail and be lengthy, but nope, it's like, oh, that wasn't reported, actually, so, yeah. Radio log. This is... oh wait, actual voice acting needed here then. This is Vulcan on the station, calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond. This is Unit 3, loud and clear. Oh, I remember this now. Back to 10 your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over. Roger, Unit 3 acknowledged. Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence. Station, the doctor has arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over. They always have to say that, isn't it? Over. I mean, it's to kind of like, I don't know. Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor. Affirmative. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think the Vic is done for. Yeah. The Vic is in the victim. Just like, oh, ominous, what could it be? Like, out of all these, this is more directly connected to the plot. I mean, these are as well. These are backstory on, like, incidents. While this is more like recent for plot. I'm already spoiling a bit of that by saying that, aren't I? Let's continue! I could have honestly have just read those in the previous recording. Good morning! Ohio and all that. Nice job yesterday, Keiichi. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun.
Oh, that's right, Keiichi-kun. Thank you very much for Mr. Bear.
I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though.
I wouldn't.
Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the room and splashed down and announced his sensation. Yeah, I was just thinking there's like Satoko's gonna probably do one of those, isn't she? There was a bucket filled to the brim with water, and unfortunately my foot stepped right into it.
My, now, how diligent of you to mop the floor this morning.
Clomp, clomp, blip, blip. I thought this was a sound novel, man. Where's the sound effects for that? Is that the difference between like a visual novel and a sound novel? Is it's more sound orientated, but even visual novels have like very sound orientated kind of stuff as well. They have sound effects. Maybe not to the same extent, but I don't know.
Ah, Keiichi-san flicked my forehead. You should set a more brutal trap next time.
That's the thing she says. Seeing that, Renna began to swoon as Mion looked on dejectedly. Everything was the same as always. Or was it? Well, it is. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I'd had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. Just like, oh yes, it's not like the plot is suddenly going to get a bit more serious after all the build-up to the plot is done. But actually, no, the main plot has been building up this ominous kind of mystery in the background, really, hasn't it? But it hasn't been, like, way into the front until, like, we heard about, Shirasama's curse and all that. And the instance and all that from Tomitake and that woman. That was the turning point where it's like, okay, right up in your face here with this shit. It's just like, but it's not got quite into that wham just yet. But it's coming, man. It's like, it's weird. The whole novel up till now has just been like all kind of slice of life and over the top. And just kind of just overall fun atmosphere where it's like, everyone's all having fun playing games. You got these ridiculous penalties and shit. It's just amusing, and then suddenly it takes that swerve.
Was it Keiichi-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe.
I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class.
You shouldn't do that.
Man, wait, you shouldn't do that. God damn, that's the thing, man. In visual novels, it'd be like you'll have the name and you'll have the dialogue and all that. For this case, it's written out like, a traditional novel would be. The other letters that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled up to their seats. Which, kind of makes it harder to tell who's talking until you read the next line, usually.
Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up.
It was like, this, for example. Like, this is, the backgrounds and all that, like, for the novels where they just, show screenshots. Well, in the one for the third chapter, it actually shows the teacher. So I think that the third chapter will be when we first see her on the screen. But until then, the teacher will, not appear on screen, I guess. Actually, I'm not even sure if she appears in the third one. Like, she does, she plays more of a prominent-ish role in the third chapter, but I don't know if she appears on screen as a character portrait until the answer arcs. I know she appears, but I can't remember if she physically appears on screen as a portrait in the third arc or not, but anyways. We're all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus.
Okay then, this time of year you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines.
I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out, but then I noticed a different tone in her voice and started paying attention.
You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand?
In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am. Hi." What she'd said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." Don't spout stupid shit! I really do wonder what the actual, how it would be written out in Japanese. There is actually a word for shit in Japanese after all. It's kuso or kus, I don't know how it's pronounced. But I've known that for years. I remember, a part in my Mystery Dungeon LP, Explore the Darkness, on my main channel years ago, naming one of the unknown that, because they're just like, hey, why not, you're shit. But it also could mean damn it as well. It's just like, I don't know. It's one of those few kind of words that's used in that kind of way in the language, it seems. Like in English, you got all kinds of swear words and all that you can use. Just there's a lot of variety there, but I don't really know if Japanese language doesn't seem to have much, if any, of that, really, does it? Just mostly just say baka and all that, stupid. So would it be, no, it's, I don't know what a direct translation would be for that. I still can't really form sentences in Japanese, not quite to that level yet.
Well, I can, but it's only if it's like phrases that I kind of like understand and know where it's just like you swap one word out for the other because like it's a full-on sentence structure that works. Just needs replacing of a word or two to kind of like give it a different focus on it. I don't know. Anyways, and now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouth shut. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. You're strictly the camera guy from Earthbound, aren't you, Keiichi?